Dix has been the offense so far, 11 points. Here's Sanford, 3 at the top of the key, and that'll fall. Payton.
If that's not like hardwired into you, but he's a guy that certainly produces on almost every night in the Big Ten Conference.
I talked to Jake Diebler this morning about that. He said, lead by example. He's as good as it
No question, but like to call people out, it's just not necessarily in his nature.
Peyton Sanford has played.
He still plays the same. It's just, you know, players get in their feelings sometimes when you don't hear your name called starting line.
Ego can get involved.
No doubt. Everybody wants to start. I get it.
White misfires on the open three, and a wide open look for the Hawkeyes.
And that's a balance there. Almost falling down, finds his footing, and makes an incredibly difficult shot on the baseline.
2-point game. Dembele to Sanford.
Harding there doing a nice job. Picked his dribble up and looked up the floor. So much pressure there in the backcourt.
Buckeyes have changed the field his last 30 seconds. Winner will go on to play Illinois tomorrow. 5 seconds to shoot. Dick's got to create something. Harding for 3. Massive trade for the Hawkeyes.
Shots, 2 for Josh Dix. Really good player. Hoiberg will try a 3. Off the mark. Rebound tip to Bronze, and Iowa down 6 on the move. Thelwell in transition. Got organized, and that 3 will fall. The first of the 4 wins at Morehead State. Williams will try the contested 3. Pinballs out to Sanford. Huskers 6 of 15 from the floor. Here's Dix. Finds Price. Sanford. Good find by Dix all the way cross. Coming up on 2 to play in this opening half. Hoiberg will launch again. Misses that one. Sam Hoiberg with 6 field goal attempts in the first half. He's been aggressive. 1 for 4 from 3 for Hoiberg. Sanford finds room on the baseline and drops down.
Drew Thelwell gets the deflection and the shot clock violation.
And it's not like defense has been the strength of Iowa. They average over 83 points a game allowed in conference play this year. They've had 6 conference losses, allowing 90 points or more. Bronze with nowhere to go. Still plenty of time. Shot clock is frozen right now. They've got a clock issue. Now it's going. And Thelwell to the rim for 2. The way they play, regardless of who's on the floor, it's the way we play.
It's in waves coming at you.
Now a turnover for Michigan State. Back to the Hawkeyes as Price Sanford hands off to his brother Peyton. Down low, Dix trying to find some room. Sanford in the corner. That 3 will fall for Price Sanford. Dix looking, nowhere to go. Iowa 0-4 this year against ranked opponents, looking for their first win of the season against the ranked team, and he finds Drew.
Very fortunate there. Hit the rim and just went right to Jackson Kohler.
But the question's going to be, can you get stops on this end for Michigan State?
This is one of the elite defenses, not just in this league, but nationally.
And Traore and the Hawks will be one on again after this season. And it won't be here, no matter how long that career continues. Traore on the bounce to Dix. 2:15 to go. Traore's 3 is good. Traore.
Of where his guys are on the floor, and what a beautiful cut there by Josh Dix. They're a different team with number 2 and Golds on the floor. Nice pass.
Dix was fighting around the Dembele screen that flattened Mullins.
Illinois got out to that 24-11 lead, but since then Iowa has settled in, and they continue to settle in.
There's that flare. Last 2 games, Mason and Harris have really started shooting the ball at a high clip, and that puts you in a major predicament with Osibor and his ability to post up. Back-to-back 20-point games for Makai Mason. The win against Penn State, close loss in overtime against Rutgers for Washington. Through the back door, Dix leaves it off. Dembele from out deep, he cashes in. Disregard the result of that specific play. Iqbal ID's talent, and it goes away. Sanford for 3, right through the contests. That's too up, make things tough. Interesting, instead of posting Osobor. They go with pick and roll with Osobor, which is just a little bit different look.
That's what you wanted to see, though, right?
You got to get it to him one way or the other. Absolutely.
A few times you'll see Brock Harding signal slow down. And they use that pace again late in the clock, and Mulvey has had a terrific. 2 to shoot. Shellstad, the deep jumper won't go, and the rebound into the hands of Josh Dix. Shellstad 0 for 7 tonight. Sanford for 3. 1-point game again.
And what else would you tell him to do?
Right. That's a tough way to pick up the foul, and another possession for Iowa. Chance for the lead here. Eight to shoot. Dix in some trouble, needs help. Price Sanford will provide. The 3 is good. A hand in it.
On deck. And Owen Freeman was their leading scorer and rebounder. Well, they announced February 3rd he's out for the season with a hand injury. And that means guys like Evan Braun stepping up as well.
Looked like Brock Harding was trying to foul there. Easily could have been an and one, but a good fundamental play. Bounce pass and score the ball.
And this arena's in a frenzy. This is going to be tough for Iowa to come back. Bronze. Oh, that'll help.
Draw that.
Penetrates, and it's not the blow by there. He's got the matchup with Dembele, but then he takes it to the other side of the rim to get back to his strong right hand. Really well done. Jeremiah Williams, what a start for him.
There has been no rhythm for Iowa on this side of the floor, and they have had no answer for Rutgers on the other side of the floor. Dix out of control. Trey Horry with his long arms and the finish.
It has been a very clean game thus far.
Yeah, nice pace. A lot of great offensive movement. And now Rutgers is back in front by 1. And Bailey blocked it, but it had already hit the backboard.
Team in the Big Ten, and they like the difference in size and versatility. Another turnover, 4th one for Wisconsin. Sanford takes it in. 31 at nearly 36%, right around their average for the season.
And a lot of them have been good, high-quality, open, in the flow of the offense looks.
4-point game approaching, 8 minutes to play. Dix against Blackwell. Sanford shakes free. He'll try.
Good double team on Braden Smith. Purdue's won 9 of the last 10 games, Stephen, and in that time they've been averaging only 9 turnovers per game. They've already turned it over 6 times tonight. Life on the road in the Big Ten Conference. Thelwell. 3.
Constantly this Mobley underneath, up and under, no good. Acrobatic, he's able to get up on the other side. Here come the Hawkeyes. Thelwell in transition.
I thought Dix was going to elevate. He's got the size advantage over Mobley.
Instead, Freeman with the hook.
From the field, also 11 points, so Iowa's got to get a little bit more balance offensively.
There's Sanford, who goes baseline for recognizing pediatric cancer awareness. The Iowa Children's Hospital, of course, the wave is one of the most heartwarming things that happens in college football after the first quarter. Sanford's 3 is good, and maybe he's...
Defense does exceptionally well. They force their opponent to cough the ball up. Hasn't really been a factor so far tonight. Not at all. Great screen from Harding. Price Sanford for 3 points per game. Penn State 84. We're about on pace to hit those averages so far, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I agree.
Brock Harding with an easy deuce. Freddie Dillion follows the Enza screen over Freeman and an air ball. Brock Harding stays in front of Kern. Kern collides with Baldwin, his own teammate. Chaotic setup into the half court here, but now things settle down.
Harding was getting harassed that entire time, driving the ball up the floor. Had a mismatch here. Dix on Enza, trying to drive him off the bounce.
Thelwell drops it in the wraparound pass, and Dix with the block on Conan Niederhauser. Bounce pass, Dix in the lane.
Go back to Freeman in the paint if you can.
Price Sanford for 3. Still got 6 assists. Feels like he's been quiet, but he's coming alive now. Big three. A little bit of game pressure now on Iowa. But you see, this is what zone does. It just gets you a little more stagnant. Not as much movement and ball screens. Rainbow three for this is a get back to form showing for the Hawkeyes. 11 threes for the game. They average 10 per game. You see 1 for 5 from the free throw line, though. That's just keeping the door open enough for Penn State here. Freeman. Penn State's defense catches up in the nick of time. And great urgency to catch up. If you don't sprint back, Freeman is able to catch and lay it in. But a good effort to save at least 2 points for the time being. Peyton Sandford, a little teardrop from the a crowd wanted to travel on Conan Niederhauser. Nick Kern Jr. misses another layup, this time no foul. And here's Peyton Sandford up the floor. Josh Dix sends it to the wing, fell well for 3. That's Hawkeyes as well. Less than 10 to shoot now, and Kern makes his move, blocked by Freeman, who averages 2 a game. Josh Dix up the floor. Brock Harding, a little bit short, but a friendly roll. It's good for tip try, no. Another tip there. 2 offensive rebounds for Mitchell, and it's 46-31 Gophers, and Freeman quick attack to the other end for 2.
And Harding was able to make Minnesota pay.
Oh, a man. 3 from Mitchell. That's strong and early.
Wow, if you're Minnesota.
Here's Dix. Harding, open 3. Rolls home, and the Hawks are storming back.
Good quality wins early. Some great opportunities still left. Net top 40. Your team's still in pretty good position.
Oh, absolutely. Net top 40, two big wins at Oregon against Gonzaga. You know, we played well.
But wasn't the guy. Jordan Pope was. He is now the #1 line item on the scouting report for UCLA. And you're talking about Big Ten basketball. Like, they're not just going to let you waltz into their place on the road and get your, 14 to 20 points.
No, the opponent won't and the crowd won't.
Well, and so that's why I was saying earlier about that short roll game. It opens up a lot more than you just posting up.
Dembele hits a 3.
Open 3 for St. Thomas.
St. Thomas has not shot the ball well. In fact, it's the one guy that he hasn't really done well. He leads this USC team in rebounds and assists. But the three-point shot really hasn't been there. What a start for Musselman's squad.
Making threes is Iowa's thing. So Drew Thelwell will try his hand and hit mauled and scores anyway. Josh Dix has not scored in this first half for Iowa.
He's only taken 1 shot.
Freeman going back to work, and he converts again. And
Wallow stuck with it and scored. Wallow with 6 points. Dix off the fake. Great pass, sets up Freeman.
Your response. You can't let a game like that beat you twice, and that's certainly going to be Iowa's challenge tonight.
Brock Harding with the ball, top 5 Big Ten, assists and steals. Looking to dish. Finds Dix, 8 consecutive games, double figures, and that is wide open for the top score. Offensively, though, most points in the Big Ten, also the most assists in the Big Ten.
Well, and also you look at the Wisconsin game, they shot 48% from the field themselves. They scored 85 points. It wasn't the fact they weren't scoring, they just couldn't stop Wisconsin.
Hoiberg and all he does with the variety. Andrew Morgan at 6'10", and also Connor Siege, their best three-point shooter. That's all coming off the bench. Bryce Sandford. He'll take that all day long.
Missed opportunity for Nebraska there. Jacobson with his heels on the sideline.
Sandford. His second 3. No call. Sandford. Boy, quick 3. Bryce Sandford rebound. Dix. Sandford. 3-9.
Seen it from Iowa all season long, just not the ability to close down possessions. Nebraska looks like they're playing volleyball up there, just tapping it back and forth, and finally Andrew Morgan gets that thing to go.
Back and forth we go. Huskers now with a lead by 1. Dix, Freeman open. Iowa leads again.
They're going right at Sandford.
Gary, another miss. Williams hands on it.
Sanford to Harding. Dix. He's also over 20 points. Bryce Sanford, little pull-up. Iowa up 2.
We're typically balanced with 4 points early. And Dix steps in front of Winter with the steal.
The crowd's got to throw that basketball to the backboard and let Winter go get it.
It's a 5-on-4. Winter late to join the play. Melwell gets a 3 out of it and knocks it down.
Better at rebounding. At this point in the season, it's on the players, Jeff. I mean there's only so much coaching you can do with that.
Yeah, and they're -5, which is the worst in college basketball in terms of the rebound margin. Really is incredible, and for as potent an offensive team as it is, imagine if they rebounded a bit better. Harding makes another for Utah.
That's Drew Thelwell who misses the 3. Dembele with the offensive rebound. Bryce Sanford is on the floor right now, along with his older brother Peyton. That's Peyton who fires and hits the 3. To improve upon going from his freshman year to his sophomore year, defending without fouling.
And a little bit of a zone look here by Utah.
Brock Harding for 3, it's good. And Iowa. Josh Dix running the show now for Iowa.
Boy, in the minutes that Dembele has given Iowa with the foul trouble that Freeman has found himself in, been invaluable today.
Oh, Brock Harding coming off the ball.
He can play at all 3 levels.
Cristaggio on the floor for the first time for Iowa, number 34, freshman from Montreal. Bryce Sanford, quick trigger. With the 2. And now a turnover. And it's White.
All right, we talked about getting a little casual, a little sloppy. Obviously, they're not going to play 20 minutes like they did in the first half, but you don't want to turn the ball over. You still want to stay fundamental with your passes.
Sanford. 5 starters still on the floor for the Hawkeyes. Thelwell in the paint, the floater. Tumbling into the scores table now. James White has it blocked by Sanford. Dix back to Freeman off the glass.
Perimeter, little duck in.
Gilbert nice 3 by Thelwell.
I love that kid's defense, Thelwell. Give it up.
And they do. Sanford with the right hand.
They get some runouts after.
That 1 rebound comes out. And Dembele back on for Iowa.
And when you're ranked this high, you know you get the best shot possible.
Every night.
Yep.
Dembele.
Nice look. And nobody guarding him, really.
To defense, he goes all the way.
It's that 4-5 pick and roll that we talk about. He's masterful coming off that, the burst into speed to get to the rim. Impressive for a 7-footer.
Freeman took a spill, lost his position on the block. Dix will go to the other side. Quick ball movement. Peyton Sanford, good from 3. His second.
Leach got Dembele in the air, and then Harding came up to take it away. Has Sanford up ahead, chooses Dix, back to Freeman, 2 more.
Going to be challenged tonight.
Right away, their tallest player, Daniel Helterhoff, couldn't knock down the jumper.
Daniel Helterhoff, tallest player, but he could do that. Cologne, Germany, you know what those international bigs are known for. They can step out, knock it down. That's a point of emphasis tonight for the Spartans.
Your old stomping grounds in Germany.
Berlin, one of the greatest places in the world. If you haven't been, go check it out.
It's a worldly show tonight, George Taylor. That's a worldly spin move from Owen.
Eyes that can make plays like that.
Think of tempo when you think of Iowa, but it's a controlled pace that they run with, and it looks very calm today. Dix up top, Mulvey able to climb the ladder, then goes back up it. And another steal, shovel ahead to Harding with Dix trailing. Oh, what an up and under move from Brock Harding.
Picks off the pass just over Harding. Allen fumbles, and Sanford with his back on the floor recovers it. And now Sanford was left open. He goes up and over Gattaretsi.
Freeman double teamed. 7 on the shot clock. Kick out. Harding for 3. He got it. The Hawks on the run, and the shot put falls. And Washington State with the early 3-point lead.
Nate Calmes, he's the engineer. He pushes the tempo. He knows that he has weapons all around him. That's what you want to do against a running team like Iowa. Run with them.
Like we said, they're not afraid to get up and down the floor, either of these teams. Dix waiting for traffic to clear Dembele for 3. And we're tied at 9. Lead change of the night. Cougars up by a pair. 13 lead changes, 9 ties. Dix backs it out. Thelwell for the answer.
Patient shot by Price, the head fake. Lets the defender fly by him, and he knocks down a big one.
2-point game. What a finish on the Big Ten Network coming up. Dix probing. Out to Thelwell. Can he do it again? Yes, he can. State assistant Greg Paulus, the head coach at Niagara. They were on this network last week against Michigan State. Traore, his shot no good, but a punch out by Harding. Sanford, the quick 3. Doesn't need much time to get that shot up and look. And Shea Eberwine, the freshman from Texas, 3 for 6 on this young season from 3. Hits his first of the night.
Yeah, just a mistake defensively there by Traore. If you're going to dig, you've got to know who the three-point shooter is. Just studying the scouting report, you can't give him that much room.
Dix around the bronze screen, trying to feed it into the corner. Traore looking for 3, and the answer for Traore on our shot clock graphic. Traore, doesn't matter how much time's left on the shot.
They just became great friends and, like you said, brothers.
When you talk about Kenny, and we've talked about him tonight, and we saw all the guys come out in their shooting shirts with his number and name on them to start off this game. Laji Dembele gets Forte, the transfer from Northwestern State, up top to the freshman Eberwine. Strong on that 3, and the rebound ripped down for the Hawkeyes by Riley Mulvey. Quick push ahead. Boy, Dix was open on that right wing. They couldn't get it to him, and now they'll set up in the half court. Here's Mulvey. Underneath. Mulvey waiting for traffic to clear, and the two-hand stop.
Take my word for it.
Right, I will. But no, it's also a leadership role. A guy who's been around, you know the leadership he brings. You love to get that in there. As Iowa will take it back. Dembele with it on the wing. And Dembele pulls up from 3. Money, you love to see that.
Owen didn't make him pay on that one, but it's a tough decision for that guard on Peyton, whether to come down and double.
Great defensive effort there from Josh Dix. Sent it the other way. Hawkeyes quickly. Price coast to coast and finds Josh Dix. And the wide open Peyton Sanford. And you don't want to leave that.
Lucky.
It's going to be a hit. Sanford brother. Oh. We might need a sponsorship there from the Sanford brothers to put us on the map, Jess. Dix with it now, looking to get him going in this half. Finds Brock Harding. He can shoot the 3 a little, and he does right there.
Oh, and
stay on this side. Freeman finds Dix with it. Thelwell will pull up from 3. We've seen him do it today, and he does it again. Drew Thelwell. Dix with it at the top of the key. Josh Dix, ISO, finds Sanford in the corner. Quick pull-up 3. He got it. He also doesn't need a whole lot.
Just known for his high major defense. Second on the team in assists, but when he's stepping out and hitting those shots, they are tough to beat, and those are the ones you have to hit on the road against a better team.
Price Sanford, the mid-range shot.
Our athletic guys, learning the schemes defensively. He's going to be fine offensively. A legit stretch 4 who can really shoot the ball.
Sanford on a second chance, hits from 3.
To a lot of our listeners, they just felt really old hearing that.
I apologize to anyone.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Gained a wrinkle on their head or two.
Yeah, that was 1993. Big Ten Freshman of the Year. That was a special award. I know Owen Freeman and his family really were proud to win that, and he deserved it. What a dominant
It's hard to come in to the Big Ten as a freshman to make that kind of impact, and that's too open.
Bryce Sanford wide open.